So what happened to TPG and where did it all go wrong? There's no doubt in my mind. When we first talked about the blackout scenario, I thought, okay, there might be some light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe there's some big move. I don't know. Maybe producer Michael was that big move, and I think Anthony believed it as well. If he gets on producer Michael, who had 1 million subscribers at the time, he had 100,000, and he doubles his subscribers, could we really say that it was a failure if that was what happened? Of course, that's not what happened. What happened was they flew out, and producer Michael was like, nope. And that was the end of working with producer Michael. And he said nope, because he saw all the negative comments on their most recent video. Had they uploaded the video while in the airport, they got on the airplane, and when they landed, producer Michael, after seeing all the negative comments on the video they just uploaded from the airport, said no. Had they not uploaded the video, and maybe uploaded the video after they found they were on producer Michael, I think that would have been much smarter, and that would have eventually helped them reach their goal of more subscribers at any cost. So the pivots, the constant pivoting is driving people insane. I look at the 75 hard. I don't know if Darby's been paid. He's supposed to be paid $10,000 for that, for a program that Anthony himself could not finish past a week. So in this program, you have to read a book, or you have to read like a chapter, you have to do some reading. And Anthony goes out and he buys like 100 books. And it's clear that he's not reading the books. He's at most skimming the books, which again, it's better than not, right? He'll skim the table of contents, find the interesting chapter, and then skim that chapter. And that will be his reading for the day. And he used to do it quite often, and I thought that, okay, cool. Because he was convincing his subscribers, and this is kind of the fall of Anthony. I mean, it can be summarized very simply from this one scenario. He is convincing his subscribers to do 75 hard, and we're all going to do it together. We're all going to do, rah, 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 in the Discord channel. And then, I forgot to read my book. And then, so it's okay. Hey, you forgot to read your book. That's your bet with Darby. You can still do 75 hard. You can still do the rest of the program, and you just forgot to read your book one day. But instead, he just gives up. He just gives up. And there are people that supposedly have been in the comment section, that are trying to better their lives. I mean, it's just so weird. Even for their sakes, why don't you continue the program? Instead of eating cake and, eating more cake and eating more cake. It doesn't make any sense. Just because you failed reading the book one day does not mean you can't complete out the program. But what that meant for him was, I'm just going to eat cake for the next 75 days. When all they've been doing for the few episodes before was talking about the program. They were trying to get Jimmy on it. They had to make the bet with Darby. It was a big deal. And I know it was a big deal for his subscribers because he was trying to get them to do it with him. And then they would share tips and, stuff like that. That's the Anthony that would have made it. Is the one that committed to 75 hard. Oops, I forgot to read my book. But hey guys, we're still going to do it. As if I remembered, but I just lost a bet to Darby, and you guys are doing a better job than me. Congrats. He has the potential. Anthony has the potential. The TimePiece gentleman had the potential to be something really grand, for something amazing in this field. The reason they initially were interesting to me is not because I collect watches. I collect a lot of things, but watches are not one of them. I collect anime figures, I collect Magic cards, sports cards, Pokemon cards, you name it. I collect the comic books. I collect anything nerdy, right? So it's not like I would be drawn to the watch community. I have no interest in watches. In fact, I could never even wear a watch because it just feels too heavy. I've tried. I owned a Rolex a few years ago, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. It was too heavy. And I own an Apple Watch, and I didn't like that either. It was just too heavy. And then, in my opinion, hey, your phone tells you the time. So, I was interested in Anthony, in the watch dealing, the gray market, all this interesting stuff, because I'm an entrepreneur. I own a business, and I love marketing. And Anthony was marketing. And he did a very good, everyone forgets how good of a job he did in a niche market. And that's the key for me, was prior to Anthony, this market was not very big. Some of the bigger channels that have over 100,000, that, you know, what was Wall Street, I don't think they're over 100, but TimePiece Trading, they didn't really exist. They didn't even think about making a YouTube. They didn't even have a YouTube channel or even a single YouTube video. And that's the same market I'm in for marketing. Like, it's funny, right? You think marketers would, you know, trying to sell YouTube channels or trying to sell the ability to create YouTube channels would have that. I've seen companies, I've been hired by a chemical company who paid a ton of money to produce a YouTube video, and we eventually didn't do it because it wasn't for us, but they were going to pay $40,000 to $50,000 to produce a YouTube video. The YouTube video got produced, it got edited, it got cut, and it has like 2 views on it. I kid you not. Like, if I give you the name of the company, you can go to the company and you can probably figure out which video it was with the 2 views. Because the other videos they have like 0. I know a company, it makes billions of dollars a year, and their YouTube channel has like 100 subscribers, and their videos are like, their videos are high quality. You can tell this company invested millions of dollars making these videos, and there's no views on them. I have clients for organic views for what the TimePiece gentleman did. I mean, there are industries kind of like it in the beginning. I mean, that aren't as fascinating. They'll pay millions of dollars. If you said, hey, I'm going to get you 100,000, I would pay $1 million. If you told me today you could go back in time for one Darby and one, you know, whatever, and a film production and so on, supposedly it's $500,000 in production costs, and how realistic that is, I think at very least it's lower. So I don't think it's higher than $500,000, but I think it's lower. So for that amount of money, we could get you 100,000 subscribers. We can get you millions of views per video, or, you know, millions of views, 500,000 views of a video. What's that worth to you? Like, for me personally, that's worth $1 million. Would I pay someone like Anthony to teach me at the time he was growing, $50,000 to learn about this technique, or to rent Darby out for a little bit? Yes, I would, absolutely. And I don't know anyone in my industry who would not. Like, the future is social media. This is clear to me as a marketer. I do Google Ads. I'm the best at Google Ads. You don't need to take my word for it. You can take Google's word for it. I mean, duh, right? I have all the words. So like, Google has access to everyone's accounts. So Google can look at, you know, everybody's account, and they can say, hey, your account looks the best. And they can look at your return on investment, they can look at goals, they can look at conversion. They can look at my account and tell me my account is just significantly better than anything else they've seen, which they've done in the past. But I understand what the game is. The game is very simple in my head. In these niche markets, it's going to be a race. Just like it was in the gray market. Before Anthony joined, the gray market watch dealer, there was no vlogs. There was no, Roman was doing podcasting type of things with set. I mean, he was giving a tour. If you watch the tour when they invited Anthony the first time they met in Roman's studio, you could see, like, in his mind, it's just studio pieces. He invested a lot of money in studio pieces that he would just talk about watches all day. He wasn't going to vlog. He was not going to vlog because he had spent so much money in studio pieces. But he had to pivot, and it was the right thing for him to do. So I think a lot of people are very negative, and rightfully so. But if you told me that they would have ended up here from where they began, I would not believe you. If you asked me right before the blackout, where do I see Anthony in a year or two? Where do I see his channel? I would say 500,000 subscribers. He's probably pushing 1 million plus views a video. And he's not going to lack for customers, because these customers, many of them want to be filmed. In the very beginning, a lot of you don't remember this. In the very beginning, these customers would come to Anthony and they would basically promote they'll buy a watch from him, but with the idea that they can also promote their business. There's like a wood box business, there was this business and that business, and these young kids all wanted to work for Anthony for free because, again, they value the YouTube more, the shout outs and so on. This is not a atypical model in the sneaker industry. So I don't sell sneakers, but many of my friends do. The model, what he did was not revolutionary, right? But it was revolutionary in the gray market watch industry. But in the sneaker industry, every kiddo does it. Every kid is doing what he is doing. Flexing, luxury vehicles, nice dinners, private selection, common hype. Like, it's the same thing. Massive amount buyouts. It's not that he was a marketing genius. It's just that he applied something that worked in other fields to a field that wasn't using it, and it worked. That is very intriguing for me, because I know so many oil and gas companies who would kill for 100,000 subscribers, active, engaged, and 500,000 views a video, because they're already paying millions of dollars to get 10 views a video. Bye, guys.